Hi, I'm David for Ido Culture and West. You are welcome back to our fashion designer course online. Today, we are going to be sewing simple blouse. I believe you watch our previous videos. We have video on body measurement for women clothing, and we have video for body measurement on men clothing. We have video on stitches and sewing class, and we did a video also on skirts, so that we can be on the same page. You will need to, believe me, you need to learn one or two things from those videos. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification button in order to be notified as soon as you upload new videos. This is the measurement we are going to be using for our blouse. Our shoulder is 14 inches, our armhole is 19 inches, our bust point is 9.5 inches, our half length is 15 inch, our blouse length is 25 inch, our bust is 34, our shape is 30, our sleeve is 10. Since our bust is 34 inches for our measurement, we are going to use the bust to fold. We have 8.5 inches. Then we now add half inch sewing allowance, which is 9 inches. Now instead of folding 9 inches, I'm folding 11 inches for us to be able to have something to play with. Now I folded the 11 inches. Note, for our shoulder here, I measure this way. I take it in by 1 inches for it to be able to relax on the shoulder, since our shoulder is not always straight. Now along this one inch line that I draw, I measure out my shoulder, which is 14 inches divided by 2. We have 7 inches. This is 7 inches. Then this half inch sewing allowance. I measure 7 inches half inch sewing allowance here. Then from this same spot, I measure half inch downward, which is my sewing allowance from the top. Then from here, since our bust spot is 9.5 inches, I measure this my 9.5 inches, which I measure that I mark it out. Then our half length, that is our shape area, is 15 inches. I've marked it out. Then our blouse length is 25 inches. Then our 2 inches hemming allowance. Then I transfer the same measurement to this place from up, not from this bent area, from up, which I use the ruler to connect them together. Now let's come back to our shoulder area. From this shoulder point, I will measure 7 inches down. Then I mark it out to know where I'm shaping my shoulder from. I can connect it this way without equipment. Then if you have this ruler, you can also use it to connect this way to join these 2 points together. And this is my shape now. This will be our armpit area. We may still need to reshape it if it's not enough. Let's confirm since our armpit is, we are looking for 9.5 inches. Since we are looking for 19 inches, I believe this one is enough for us. Now this is our bust area. Now we are now measuring our bust point out, which is 8.5 inches. We have it this way. These are 8.5 inches. Then with sewing allowance, half inch sewing allowance, we measure the half inch sewing allowance out, which is this way. Then our shape is 7.5 inches. When we divided it by 4, we measure the 7.5 inches on this 15 inches area. This is our shape. Then this is our gown length. We can shape it out also. Let's take it out by 2 inches to make it 10 inches because of our hip area, for it to be able to relax. Let's make it 9.5 inches also. Now these are half inch. Therefore we are connecting these 2 points this way. Then we connect it back to this other side. Then we can use this any of our ruler. Now I'm connecting my one like this, from bust to our shape, then from shape to our hip area. That is our blouse length. The same thing to this other side. These are half inch sewing allowance. then we connect them together also this way. And this is our hemi allowance. We make it straight. We make this one straight since it's hemi allowance. Then for our neck area, we are going to measure 3 inches this way. Then now the depth of the neck depends on you, but our own will be using 4 inches depth, which is this way. Then we can use our ruler again to connect, but before we connect, let's draw both vertical and horizontal line to connect the two aspects together. Then either you use your hand to curve, maybe you reduce by 2. When you get to half of the measurement, you curve it to the other half, or if you have ruler, you can use the ruler too. This type of curve ruler, you can use it to connect the two sides this way. Now this will give us U-neck. Then if you are looking for V-neck, instead of making it this way, you can take it like this and draw. Depend on the shape of the neck you are looking for, but when we are using U-neck today, then we can use our hand or our ruler to draw it out. Now we are going to shape out the neck. Then we are shaping out the body. Then let's shape out the main fabric that we need. You can still leave extra sewing allowance. It depends on what you really want for you to be able to pay for in case if need be. But we are cutting out the actual. When it's almost 1 inch to the end of this plate, you make it a little bit curved. The first one we cut out now is the front part. Now we want to use it to cut the back part. Now we just take it and transfer it. I leave 2 inch allowance here for zip allowance. That is the zipper allowance. 2 inch this way, 2 inch all through. Then I can mark it out. I'm using it to shape it out. Now let's start from the shoulder. I'm just using the front to mirror the back. I'm marking out the 2 inches for zipper allowance for me to be able to know where it starts from and where it ends from. Then I will mark out my hem allowance that I put at the bottom. Then I will open it from up to the bottom. For our armhole, we folded, since our armhole is 19 inches, therefore we folded 10 inches with sewing allowance, that is 20. If you divide 19 by 2, we have 9.5 plus sewing allowance 10 inches. Now I folded 10 inches. The length is, that is our sleeve, is 10 inches also. Now I measure 10.5 inches, 10 inches plus half inch sew allowance for up. Then I leave another 2 inches for the hemi allowance at the bottom here. From here now, I take like 3 inches. Then after the 3 inches, I measure 2 inches downward. Then I curve this way like a hack to meet this one to form my armpit. I cut it straight to the level of 3 inches this way. Then after the 3 inches, I begin to take it in. Already I measure like 2 inches downward here. then I connect it this way to form our armpit-hole. The next thing now is for me to shape it out, and these are half-inch sew allowance. This is the round sleeve area. Our round sleeve is 12 inches, which is 12 inches. This is half-inch sew allowance. This is hemi allowance. Now I need to shape this out. We use the first sleeve to shape out the second one. We just place it on top. I use my office pin to hold it down to avoid to prevent it from shifting. Now I'm shaping it this way. I've cut one. I'm using the one to mirror the other one and shape out. After shaping, the next thing that we are marking out our hemi allowance so that we know the length of our sleeve. That is all for our cutting. Now the only thing now remains is for us to mark the inner aspect. This will be our inner aspect, and the other one will be the main aspect. Now this one we achieve at the end of the day. Now we are taking this one this way. We are coupling them together next. This sleeve to this one, to this area. Into here and you're out to out. I'm going to join it now is that the mark aspect will make it to face down. Then we take this one. This is the front of the fabric. We use the front of the fabric to cover it this way. Then we stitch from here, from this shoulder under the armpit downward. Then we take the second one to cover the other side. The same way we stitch downward. Then this our zip allowance. You remember we leave 2-inch zip allowance. This is where we are attaching the zip, and this is our sleeve. Then we first fold the hemi allowance this way. Then after that we hold our shoulder. But before then, we are going to look for to do is that we are going to cut the facing to turn the neck, so that all this our cutting area will not be showing. Now we can carry one claw like this. We fold it this way. Then it depends. We can just take it a little bit downward. Then we mark it this way. We can form a rectangle, or we just use the scissors to trace out the neck the same way. And this is the facing that I cut out. I use the net to shape the facing. Then I will stitch it to the neck from the back to fold it for me to be able to turn the neck. I will cut for the front, and we are cutting the same thing for the back. We use the back also.